Very good morning, students. So the last class we discussed about a projectile motion. That projectile is oblique projectile. It is related to oblique projectile. We also discussed about a parameters, like in that first parameter is time of ascent, second one is time of descent, third one maximum height, fourth one range. So that are over, and in that again we also finished problems. See, on the basis of again the same situation, I'll tell you another problem. So which was given in the material. So that material is so the question is to show that maximum height reached by the projectile launched at an angle 45 degree, 1/4 of its range. This is the question. See, when theta is 45, the question will be given like this: show that the maximum height reached by a projectile launched at an angle of 45 degree is 1/4 of its range. So that you take as a question one problem. It is the page number is given as 42 and the question number is given as 10. In the page number it is given 42 and the question number is given is 10th question. So when the projectile is launched at an angle of 45 degree, this is the question, then you show that the range or maximum height is equal to, show that the we have to show like this, show that it is right, maximum height is equal to 1/4 of range. So that you take your, it is first of all maximum height u square sin square theta by, it is given as 2g. So h is equal to u square sin square theta, that theta is given as 45 and 2g. Then you take h is equal to u square sin 45 is 1 by root 2 whole square by 2g. Therefore u square by, it is you take as a square root, no, then 2 into 2g. Then it is maximum height will be u square by 4g. This is the expression 1 for theta 45 it is, right? And you take range also, that is u square sin 2 theta by g, then u square sin 2 into, it is 45 by g. Clear? So that range is equal to u square sin 90, because 45 into 2 it becomes then u square by g, sin 90 is 1. Now you take as a equation 2. Now coming to the first equation, look at h is equal to u square by 4g. Here you replace this from 1 and 2, so that h is equal to u square by 4g is nothing but a range. Yes, it is proved. Hence it is proved. So like this the question is related to the maximum height and the range of projectile. There is a one question, it is given in the page number, it is 42 page number and question number is 10. Clear? And if you go through this, then it is help you in the examination, right? Like that only another question is given. Actually the question is here there are two angles are given, right? Look at here, the question number is again page number 46. So the page number 46, next question you take page number 46, question number again 10. See, I'll read the question, then after we'll see the solution. Look at here, the question will be two balls are projected from the same point in the direction 30 degree and 60 degree with respect to the horizontal. What is the ratio of their initial velocities if heights the same, have the ranges same? Two questions are asking. In this you take two balls are projected like it is in 2 dimension. One is projected with an angle 30 degree with velocity u, so that It is given like this. And here another is given with 60 degree like this. So it is projected with the velocities, projected with a angle is 60 degree respect to the horizontal. What is the ratio of their initial velocities? If the question, the condition will be if the maximum heights are same. See, is saying like this, first condition, if maximum heights are same, then what will be the ratio of velocities? First question number 1. If second is given ranges are same, then what will be the ratios? Like this is asking. So very simple it is. The given is maximum heights are same. For the angles of theta 1 is equal to, you take as a 30 degree, theta 2 you take as a 60 degree. Then you equal it for maximum heights. That is h1 is equal to h2 first condition. So h1 is, we know, u1 square sin square theta 1 by 2g and u2 square sin square theta 2 by 2g you take. Therefore 2g cancel. Then it is u1 square sin square theta 1 is equal to u2 square sin square theta 2. However, here theta 1 and theta 2 given as 30 and 60, no, you take as sin square 30 degree is equal to u2 square sin square 60 degree. So u1 square sin square 30, sin 30 is 1 by 2, you write here whole square, and u2 square sin square, no, again, so that your sin square in the sense is it is root 3 by 2 whole square. Clear? Therefore u1 square into 1 by 4 is equal to u2 square into 3 by 4, because square root is cancelled, but it is a 2 square, no, then we'll get cancel. It is u1 square by u2 square is equal to 3 by 1, that is 3:1 is the, for when the maximum heights are equal for these angles, therefore it is a 3:1. And you go for the second case, again you take a theta 1 and theta 2 are given as, theta 1 is given as it is 30 degree and theta 2 is given as 60 degree. Then for this case, if ranges are same, then again is asking what? Find the ratios. I'm sorry, here it is a u1 square by u2 square, no, so is asking u1 by u2, no, you should take as a root 3:1, because u1 is to u2 is asking, right? Now you go for this, again is asking, this is the question. So ranges are equal, u1 square sin 2 theta by g, that is you say theta 1, and u2 square sin 2 theta 2 by g, again g cancel. Here also you take same manner, u1 square sin 2 into 30 degree and u2 square sin 2 into, you take as a 60. So u1 square sin 60 it is, and u2 square sin 120. Sir, what will happen sin 120? Here you remember sin 120 and sin 60 are same values, so that u1 square is sin 60 root 2 by 2, sin 120 also root 3 by 2, so that root 3 by 2 cancel. u1 square by u2 square is equal to 1:1, or u1 by u2 is equal to 1 by 1 or 1:1. Answer will be like this. So these questions two are given like two different method of problems, right? So it is related to oblique projectile problems, so which are important for the final examinations. So you go through these two problems, and in the previous class also I told you two problems, right? So let us. So this is about a like a oblique projection related problems, and in this some other cases are there. The cases will be, suppose, see there are we have so like complementary angles. Sir, what are complementary angles? Complementary angles are nothing but theta and 90 minus theta are the complementary angles. Theta and 90 minus theta are the complementary angles. For these complementary angles, you remember, for the complementary angles, ranges are same, but maximum height and time of flights are different. This is the question. Ranges are same, but maximum height, time of flights are different. That we have to show in mathematical way whether it is a same or not. See, for the complementary angles, the question is for the complementary angles, look at here. See, for complementary angles that you take, the complementary angles are theta and 90 minus theta. Theta and 90 minus theta are the complementary angles. See, for these complementary angles, very simple, ranges are same. That is, ranges for these two angles is same, but maximum height are not equal and time of flights also not equal. So actually we have to show in the mathematical way also, so that you take a two angles, this is x and it is y. In this x and y, if the body projected at an angle theta, you say 90 minus theta and theta. Suppose theta is, this is theta you take. For this, it is a range will be r1 and here maximum height will be h1 it is. And coming to the next angle you take, yes. So we may get the ranges is same. It is r1 is equal to r2. Okay, r1 is equal to r2, but maximum heights are different. Sir, can you show the in mathematical way? Yes, I'll show you mathematical way also. And time of flights are different. You say t1 and t2. So that here we have to take the two expressions theta and 90 minus theta. Now I am taking ranges or equal. Let us we have to show. Sir, let us, we say theta 1 is equal to theta. So for this range is equal to, it is a u sine 2 theta 1 by g. So theta 1 is given as theta you take, therefore r1 is equal to u square 2 theta by g. This is the expression 1. Like that, in the same way you take a second expression, theta 2 is equal to 90 minus theta. So r2 is equal to u square 2 into 90 minus theta by g. So r2 is equal to u square sine, it is 180 minus 2 theta by g. See, there is a mathematical identity, sine 180 minus 2 theta becomes sine 2 theta. This is the mathematical identity. So that you replace here, r2 is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Look at both expressions, it is x equation 2, and you take equation 1 is equal to t, because r1 is u square sine 2 theta by g and r2 is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. However, ranges are same. So this is the proof for the ranges are same. Like that, in the same way, we have to show the maximum heights are also different. See, that I will give you for maximum heights. Second case you go. Maximum heights are not equal. Yes. Of course, it is not equal. That we have to show. In the diagram, we are showing the maximum heights are not equal. But in mathematical way, that also we have to prove it. So that you take a theta 1 is equal to theta. Then h is equal to u square sine square theta 1 by, it is 2g. Theta 1 you take as u square sine square theta by 2g. This is equation 1. And in the same manner, you take as a theta 2 is equal to 90 minus theta. Yes, here we will get the main thing, right? Look at h2 is equal to, it is u square sine square theta 2, no it is. So you take as a 90 minus theta by 2g. Here the thing is sine square 90 minus theta will get the cos theta, that is cos square theta. So that sine square 90 minus theta you replace as, it is u square cos square theta by 2g. Look at the both expressions 1 and 2. Look at once, h1 is u square sine square theta 1 by or theta by, you say it is theta by 2g, and in this case h2 is equal to u square cos square theta by 2g. Is it a mathematical way? Is it a equal? Clear? So that from 1 is not equal to 2. So H1 is not equal to H2, we can say. See, this is the second proof. The maximum heights are not equal. See, maximum heights are not equal. So that we can say ranges are same, but maximum heights are different. So in the same way, another one also we have to check, that is about a time of flights also different, right? In the question for the complementary angles, you remember the complementary angles ranges are same, but maximum heights are different. So that you take next question, that is to be time of flights. Here you go with time of flights. Third one it is, these are also not equal. So theta 1 is equal to, say, theta. Therefore T1 is equal to 2u sin theta by g. You say theta 1. So T1 is equal to 2u sin theta by g. This is expression 1. And coming to the theta 2 is equal to 90 minus theta. Then theta 2, T2 is equal to 2u sin, right? Now T2 is equal to 2u sin 90 minus theta by g. Then there is a trigonometry identity. Just now I told you, that is 90 minus theta will be cos the theta will get. Therefore T2 is equal to 2u cos theta by g. Look at equation 2. Is it equation 1 is equal to 2? No, we cannot say these two are equal. Say like this, for the complementary angles, time of flights and maximum heights are different, whereas the ranges are same. So this will be the explanation related to complementary angles. Suppose I will tell you examples related to complementary angles. Suppose you take a complementary angles are, see example, now I am giving one example. You take a theta 1 is equal to 15 degree. So this is one angle, and theta 2 is equal to actually 90 minus theta, no? So that 90 minus 15, sir, what will happen? 75 degree. So very simple, for these two angles, is it maximum heights are same? No. So you take a 15 degree like this, and you take another one is 75 degree like this. So that it is, you take as a 15, you take as a 75. So maximum heights H1 and H2. So that, however, maximum heights are not equal, but ranges are equal, and the time of flights also not equal. Like this we have to say. See, for the complementary angles, another example I will show you. So look at theta 1 is equal to 30 degree, and theta 2 is nothing but a 90 minus theta. So theta 2 is equal to 90 minus 30. So that theta 2 is equal to 60 degree. Yes, 30 and 60 or the complementary angles. For that complementary angle also same, the maximum height, time of flights are different, whereas the ranges are same. So like this we have in case of a oblique projectile. This is the question related to oblique projectile. For that oblique projectile, you remember very simple, ranges, if complementary angles, ranges are same, maximum heights are different, and time of flights are different. So this is the basically related to the question complementary angles. You take any complementary angles. Example, any complementary, like theta 1 you take one angle and will get the other angle theta 2 90 minus theta. So for that type of questions to be like this. Clear? You go through this. Clear? No, this is about a complete related to oblique projection or oblique projectile it is. Now let us will move to the next projectile, that is we can say horizontal projectile. Here the horizontal projectile in the sense is, that is the body projected from certain heights. Let us, I will show you, the next projectile will be horizontal projectile. Right, we can say horizontal. Sir, what is mean by horizontal projectile? Very simple. Let us, you take a one body, see, which is projected from the top of a tower height. You say H. So the body projected along the horizontal direction like this. Along the horizontal direction, therefore with velocity is u. Sir, when body projected horizontally like this, I'll show you. Let us you take a, it is a one tower. From this tower, if a body projected like this horizontal, right, because it which is parallel to the surface, or it is to be like this parallel. Look at here, the body projected horizontally, or it is parallel to the earth surface from the top of a tower. Look at here, this body, is there any making an angle? There is no angle. So that like this type of projectiles which we can call as the horizontal projectile. I'll tell you other examples related to horizontal projectile also. Very simple. If the body projected from the top of a tower height h, like that only you take. Suppose usually everyone we can do like this. Suppose we are going in the train. See, from the train, suppose you are throwing something. Say train is moving with velocity u. Train is moving with velocity u, constant velocity which we can call. So from the train, suppose you are throwing a water bottle. Therefore, it is thrown horizontally. It is thrown horizontally when train is moving with velocity u. Yes, this type of projectile, this type of motion we can also call horizontal projectile. Coming to the another example, I will tell you. Suppose you take a one plane or one aeroplane, see, which is at a height h from the above the earth surface. See, from the train or from the aeroplane, from the flight, or you say one pilot is thrown a water bottle or some food packet like this. If it is thrown like this, therefore the aeroplane is moving with velocity u. Then this type of projectile motion also which we can call as a horizontal projectile. Sir, for all these projectiles, everyone concentrate. So when body projected with velocity u here, when the aeroplane is moving like this and the pilot is dropped a food packet or something, then coming to the point is the body moves along the horizontal direction, it is parallel to the x. Along the horizontal it is moving with the velocity is constant, therefore here it is the acceleration is 0. Acceleration is 0. Here also same, when moving horizontally with a constant velocity, for that constant velocity acceleration is equal to 0. Therefore, the path of the projectile will be parabola like this. See, when person is, here is at a, one person is observing this path. Which one? When body is dropped from the aeroplane, and therefore, when the pilot is sees the path of the body, it looks like a straight line. Whereas the observer on the ground, it looks like a parabolic path like this. So this we can call as a horizontal projectile when the body projected from the top of a tower height h. Therefore, the path of the projectile will be parabolic path. The path of the projectile will be parabolic path. Look at here, the horizontal projectile will be like this. When a body is projected from the top of a tower height h, therefore the body travels along a straight line with constant velocity certain distance. After that what happens? The body falls freely like this. This path which we can call as a horizontal projectile. The path of the projectile again in case of a horizontal projectile which we can call it is a parabola. Like this situation also parabola. Suppose from the train also if a body is thrown horizontally, therefore that we can also call as a horizontal projectile. There also it is look like say, see, person in the train, it look like a straight line. The path will be look like a straight line, whereas the outside the person that look like a parabolic path. So that this type of projectile motion which we can call as a horizontal projectiles, because there is no angle, it is projected horizontally from the top of a tower. Horizontally from a top of a tower. So this we can call as a horizontal projectile. Horizontal projectiles. So there is no angle, and here also we have to show the path of the projectile will be parabola. The path of the projectile will be parabola, that we have to show in mathematical way also whether it is a parabola or not. Okay. Coming to the point is, in this case this all related to horizontal projectiles only. So that we'll show that we have to show that the path is the parabola. So I'll give the proof in the next class. So thank you very much. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.